Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest movies and documentaries. Today, I'm going to talk about Renfield movie. If you're interested in this topic, make sure to watch this video until the end and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Renfield is an American horror comedy film directed and produced by Chris McKay and written by Ryan Ridley from the story of Robert Kirkman, who also co-produced. The film is based on characters from Bram Stoker's 1897 novel Dracula and stars Nicholas Hoult, Awkwafina, Ben Schwartz, Shohreh Aghdashloo, Brandon Scott Jones, Adrian Martinez, and Nicolas Cage. The story tells about the character Renfield from the world of Dracula. The film entered hellish development after the 2017 film The Mummy failed commercially. Later, Kirkman introduced a new version of the film, relying more on the comedic aspects of the story, and Skybound Entertainment acquired the production rights. Dexter Fletcher was announced as a director in 2019, but McKay later replaced him, relying on Ridley's script and Kirkman's original show. Most crew members joined between August 2021 and January 2022, and filming ran from February to August 2022. Renfield premiered at the Overlook Film Festival on March 30, 2023, and was released in the United States on April 14, 2023, by Universal Pictures. The film received mixed reviews from critics, who praised the comedic tone and performance, but criticized the script and storyline. The film grossed $26.7 million globally against its $65 million budget, making it a box office failure. Set in the early 20th century, when the legendary vampire Count Dracula meets English lawyer R.M. Renfield, Renfield hopes to seal a land deal, and after proving to be a useful assistant, he ends up becoming a servant of Dracula, giving him immortality, strength, and superhuman speed when he consumes insects. 90 years later, Renfield is bored with bringing victims to Dracula, as well as with his mistreatment. They had an imminent encounter with vampire hunters who almost killed the Count, so the duo moved to New Orleans to recover. There, Renfield discovers a 12-step self-help group for people with empathetic relationships. He tracks down a member of the group who suffer from abusive lovers, so that he can give them to Dracula without a sense of remorse. But they are attacked by a hitman hired by the rival criminal Lobo family, who is killed by Renfield. The killer's boss, Teddy Lobo, escapes and crashes into a sanity checkpoint run by police officer Rebecca Quincy, who arrests Teddy. Falling in love with Rebecca, Renfield decides to break up with Dracula and start a new life. But Dracula does not want to lose his faithful servant and tries to convince him to return to him. Renfield gets involved in a conflict between Dracula and the Lobo family, who try to take revenge on him and Rebecca. Renfield discovers that Dracula has evil plans to take over the city. And here we will have reached the end of our movie. Here are some quotes from our movie. Quotes from critics. Renfield is a funny, terrifying and innovative film at the same time. The film offers a new and exciting interpretation of the character of Renfield, who goes from an obedient and poor servant to an independent and courageous hero. Nicholas Hoult plays Renfield brilliantly and energetically, convincingly embodying his character development. Nicolas Cage gives a spectacular performance like Dracula, successfully combining horror and comedy. The film uses humor as a way to deal with themes such as slavery, identity, freedom and love. The film also criticizes the violence, greed and exploitation of humans and vampires alike. The film offers an optimistic and humane vision of the world, calling for freedom from the restrictions, customs and traditions that limit life. Renfield is a failed and disappointing film. The film tries to be a horror comedy, but fails in both genres. The film does not provoke horror or laughter, but rather boredom and resentment. The film is based on ridiculous jokes, naive attitudes, exaggeration of violence and blood. The film offends the character of Renfield, who goes from being a complex and pathetic character to a naive and funny character. Nicholas Hoult plays Renfield in an exaggerated and disturbing way, and does not succeed in showing the development of his personality. Nicolas Cage plays Dracula in a boring and grandiose way. and does not succeed in showing the attractiveness and seriousness of his personality. The film ignores the depth, mystery and romance that characterize Dracula's novel, turning it into a ridiculous and vulgar story. The film lacks vision, originality and creativity. Renfield is an average and capricious film. The film tries to be a horror comedy, but it partially succeeds in it. The film contains some horror and humor scenes that arouse interest and suspense, but lose momentum and consistency at times. The film offers a new and different interpretation of the character of Renfield, who transforms from an obedient and poor servant to an independent and courageous hero. Nicholas Hoult plays Renfield with skill and enthusiasm and embodies his character development well. Nicolas Cage plays Dracula in a fun and entertaining way, embodying the classic vampire character with a modern twist. The film uses humor as a way to deal with themes such as slavery, identity, freedom and love. The film also criticizes the violence, greed and exploitation of humans and vampires alike. The film offers a balanced and realistic vision of the world and calls for change and renewal in life. Technical information about the film. American director Chris McKay is responsible for directing the film. McKay is a director, producer, editor and author, known for his work in animation, comedy and science fiction. His most famous works include the Lego Batman movie, 2017, and The Tomorrow War, 2021. McKay joined the Renfield project in November 2019, after replacing British director Dexter Fletcher, which has been associated with the film since July 2019. McKay worked on a screenplay by Ryan Ridley, which he wrote based on an original presentation from Robert Kirkman, author of the comic book series The Walking Dead. McKay said he wanted to make the film a mix of horror, comedy, adventure and drama, and that he was inspired by films like The Silent Man, Midnight Run, and The Pink Panther. McKay praised the performances of Nicholas Hoult and Nicolas Cage, saying they interact greatly and that they bring a lot of energy, fun and sensitivity to their characters. Scenario: American screenwriter Ryan Ridley is responsible for writing the script for the film. Ridley is a writer, producer, actor and author, known for his work in animation, comedy and science fiction. His most famous works include Rick and Morty and Community. Ridley wrote the script based on an original offer from Robert Kirkman, who also co-produced. The script tells the story of Renfield, an English lawyer who becomes a servant of the legendary vampire Count Dracula and tries to break up with him and start a new life. The script uses humor as a way to deal with topics such as slavery, identity, freedom, and love. The script also criticizes the violence, greed and exploitation practiced by humans and vampires alike. The script offers an optimistic and humane vision of the world and calls for freedom from the restrictions, customs and traditions that limit life. Representation: The film features a group of talented and diverse actors who play the role of the main and secondary characters in the film. The film stars Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, an English lawyer who becomes a servant of the legendary vampire Count Dracula, tries to break up with him and start a new life. Hoult is an English actor, producer and model, best known for his roles in films such as Around the World in 80 Days, Skins, Mad Max, Fury Road and the X-Men film series. Hoult joined the film in August 2021, saying he was very excited to play Renfield and that he loves the idea, the script, the director and the actors. Hoult said he was trying to make Renfield a funny, moving and complex character, and that he enjoys interacting with Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage as Count Dracula, the legendary vampire who makes Renfield his faithful servant and tries to convince him to return to him. Cage is an American actor, producer, and director. Photography: American photographer Mitchell Amundsen is responsible for filming the film. Amundsen is a cinematographer and director known for his work in action, thriller and science fiction. His most famous works include Transformers, Now You See Me 2 and Men in Black. International: Amundsen filmed the film in New Orleans, using techniques such as fixed and mobile camera, drone, and slow and fast motion. Amundsen said he wanted to make the film look realistic, colorful and varied, and that he uses lighting, shadow, and contrast to create an atmosphere for the story. Music: Italian composer Marco Beltrami is in charge of the film's music. Beltrami is a composer, musician and producer, known for his work in the field of horror, action and drama. His most famous works include Scream, The Hurt Locker and Logan. Beltrami worked on the film's music in collaboration with American composer Brandon Roberts, with whom he has participated in previous works such as Antlers and Underwater. Beltrami said he wanted to make the music reflect the comedic and horror tone of the film, and that he uses wind instruments, strings, electronic and acoustic instruments to create a harmonious and contrasting mix. Special effects. Industrial Light and Magic is responsible for the film's special effects. The company is an American company specializing in creating visual effects, animation, virtual reality and augmented reality for movies, series and games. The company was founded in 1975 by American director George Lucas and is known for its work in the Star Wars series and the Jurassic Park series. The Marvel Cinematic Universe series. The company worked on creating special effects for the film, such as transforming Nicolas Cage into Dracula, showing off his supernatural abilities, and creating scenes of violence, blood and action. The company said it wanted to make the special effects look realistic, stunning and terrifying, and that it uses techniques such as grip motion, performance capture, computer animation and practical effects. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.